57 Orem woman continues to recover in the hospital after a motorcycle accident last week resulted in the loss of her right leg.
Fox 13 News reporter Chris Arnold spoke with that woman, as well as a Provo art gallery that is rallying around her as she recovers.
Dad loved motorcycles, so I would go on rides with him. And so that might have been what gave me the love for it.
That love for the open road led Mary Brickey, an artist and teacher at La Europa Academy in Murray, to buy a motorcycle in the beginning of August.
It's freeing. It's very freeing and empowering.
Last Sunday afternoon, Brickey says she participated in a big group ride starting in Orem. Well, Brickey tells me she was in the first 50 or so group of riders that were going through Provo Canyon right here. She says right after they got past the turnoff to Sundance, she noticed something wasn't quite right with her bike. So she says she decided to try and pull off the road.
It wasn't until about halfway to the barrier that I realized that I was not stopping, not even slowing, and I had no brakes.
They go down?
Which Brickey says caused her to crash into that barrier.
They tell me I flew about 30 feet, or at least that's where I was, and it was in a ravine.
The crash severing Brickey's right leg below the knee, as well as dislocating one of her fingers and breaking a bone in her right hand. She was airlifted to the hospital in Murray, where she spent a few days in the ICU.
I'm really convinced that having a brand new helmet and having the whole face on and having all my gear on saved the rest of me.
Now the community is stepping up to help her.
Mary's an artist, and art is in many ways what her life revolves around.
Esther Hilani Kandari is the director of programming for Written Vision, a fine art gallery and rare books dealer in Provo. After hearing of Brickey's accident last Sunday, she says almost immediately the idea of doing a fundraiser for her was born. And just a few days later, that idea was made possible with an art exhibit.
We ended up having about 110 pieces that were donated in person, and then about a dozen more that were just listed online.
As well as a couple dozen prints, with all the proceeds from the donated artwork going directly to Brickey.
It was really heartwarming to see the mobilization that happened, and it's a testament to who Mary is and what she's done for our community.
Brickey says she'll be in the hospital a few more days and begin rehab after that. Despite her accident, she hasn't closed the door on ever getting back on a motorcycle.
I'm going to be on a bike, at least a little, to show myself it's okay. And that's important to me.
In Orem, Chris Arnold, Fox 13 News, Utah.